Yeah, what's going on, Glenn? How we doing? Good, good, good to hear. Just wanted to get everything set up early. We'll get right into it. All right. Well, let me clear these codes and let's just get right into it. All right. What's going on, everybody? WakoBako here. As you can see in front of you, today we're going to be opening up 2 booster boxes of Glory to Team Rocket. What's going on, Hilario? Perfect timing. So, you guys know how I feel about Team Rocket. You've seen the thumbnail. I have my Team Rocket binder. I did not look at the set list ahead of time. Obviously, there's been leaks, and this has been out for a little bit. I'm trying to keep optimistic, even though just looking at the box art, I don't know. This should be interesting for sure. The reason why I brought out the Team Rocket binder, and let me show that off again real quick. So, looking at how much room I have left in this binder, I should be able to fit this full set into this binder. Obviously, I need to look at the set list and do the math one more time, but I think there's enough space in here. I have complete English and Japanese Team Rocket in here. I don't have the Team Rocket return set, unfortunately. I was kind of out of the loop during that period, but yeah, yeah, depending on how I feel about this set, I may actually work towards completing it, at least on the Japanese side. The English side, probably not so much. But yeah, like I said, we'll have to take a look and see how this goes. But with a few of you that are here in chat, I'll leave it up to you like usual, which box you want to start with. So put in chat either left or right. I'll give it a minute or two, and then we'll get right into it. Just a quick update while you guys are doing that. We should be having some Final Fantasy mail coming in, so keep an eye out for Friday. Potentially some more Pokemon stuff for next Sunday, but the week following, I'll be out of town from Monday through Friday. And then I'm home for a few hours, and then I'm out of town again for the weekend. What's going on, Wabbit? How we doing? And then the weekend after that is Collecticon in Orlando, so I'll be there for that. If anything, Sunday I'll do like a recap stream of how that went. And then I immediately turn around from that and all that busyness, and I'm going up to North Carolina, and I'll be up there for a while. So obviously I'm going to bring all my stuff with me. I'll have my graded cards. I'll bring my setup with me as well. So we'll do content while I'm up there, but just know that I'm going to be out of town for a bit. But yeah, so again, just a little bit of a look into the future for this month. It's going to be a busy month for me, but hopefully I'll be able to keep up and keep putting out content. I put out a couple YouTube shorts this week, so go check those out if you haven't already. It's really just the upcoming CGC submissions, 2 for myself, or I'm sorry, 2 for the business, and then 2 customer orders. Super excited to see how those go. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's been going on with me. Hopefully you all have been doing well. Hopefully you had a good weekend. It rained pretty heavy earlier today, so it was kind of nice waking up to, hearing rain and stuff like that. And yeah, cleaned up a little bit, and now I'm ready to go through these. So yeah, super interested to see how these go. A little bit of some art preview there on the side. Good old Growlithe there. So the one thing I'll say before we get into this, and again, I'm trying to be optimistic and positive, even though for the months leading up to this set, I've been what I would say is realistic. Some people take it as me being pessimistic, but it's just one of those things where I know this isn't going to be as good as the OG sets, right? I know that for sure. From the second they said they're not doing dark Pokemon, I just knew it wasn't going to be that great. I'm just hoping at least some of the artwork and some of the Team Rocket related Pokemon are featured, and it's done right. I'm assuming some of you that are here have already seen openings and looked at the set list and stuff like that, so you can kind of judge how things are going to go from here. But yeah, again, super excited to get into these. Since I'm not really getting any feedback in chat, we're just going to start with the left one, and then we'll go into the right one as well. Again, if this goes well, I'll most likely work on completing this set, especially because the Japanese side of the house is a bit easier to complete compared to the English set that's going to come out sometime this month, actually. So, but yeah, here we go. Glory to Team Rocket. Again, I do like the box art. For a while, there was 2 different designs that were floating around, and I'm glad that this is the official one. The other one just looked really, really weird and fake. Obviously for good reasons, because it was fake. Here we go. Ooh, new sub. Thank you, Melissa. I don't know if you're here in chat or not. Oh, perfect. There we go. Right on cue. I saw your sub come through. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. Just getting into some Team Rocket here. So like usual, I'm going to sort all these around. I'll do 2 different stacks here. I always do this just to keep it random. I don't know if these are seated in a certain way, so I like the randomness of it. Nugget, how we doing? Welcome, welcome. So, and then I do this. So then I'll mix this with here, and then this one goes here, and then off to the side. All right, so here we go. Just gonna put these right here like this. That's a good question. I don't really know. I mean, I'm assuming there's Mewtwo, right? Some of the full art trainers. I don't look at the set list ahead of time, especially for these first openings. So, Your guess is as good as mine. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll leave these here. You guys can still see that, right? Yeah, again, I don't really know. So yeah, it's gonna be a fresh experience for both of us. So here we go. First pack. Let's take a look and see how we do with this. Well, and again, yeah, that's kind of obvious, right? But all right, let me see, move these off to the side. All right, so first we get Rocket's Mimikyu. And again, you're gonna have the Rocket trainers on the bottom there. I like that there's the Rocket stamp on there as well. So let's see how we do on this one. All right, definitely not a Team Rocket focused Pokemon, but gotta keep optimistic. Oh, man. That's, you know, the worst possible thing you could put in a Team Rocket set is a Rotom. And then we get, was this washing machine Rotom? Tragic. Anyway, we have Meditite. Absolutely not. All right. And looks like some kind of assembly line in the Team Rocket factory. All right. Not the craziest start, but again, a little bit of a preview. Right. I haven't looked at the set list before. And if you don't really keep up with the Japanese sets, this is really just a preview into what we're going to see with Destined Rivals, the English set, when that comes out. We get Rocket's Muck here. Again, it would have been awesome if it was, you know, Dark Muck. But still pretty cool artwork there. I'll give it that. All right. We get Satitan, I think that's, or the first form. All right. All right. And, okay. Random Rocket Grunt, just some random dude. You guys know why I don't like Rotom. I think it's just lazy to put a face on random electronics. Okay, so, and these are the kind of cards I was hoping for, right? Like, this should have been Dark Weezing, but this is just Rocket's Weezing, so, because it isn't pretty. No. There's even the alt arts and all the Rotom high-end cards, none of them impress me by any means. I think it's all just super lazy. But again, so like this here, right? This should have been Dark Weezing, but this is just, you know, Team Rocket's Weezing, or maybe it's just translated to Rocket's Weezing. And then same thing here, like that's Giovanni's Nidoran. Okay, sure. Or no, Nidorina, yeah, Nidorina or Nidorino. It's one of them. We get Rocket's Porygon there. Okay, interesting. We get Pineco, and behind that, another Rocket Grunt. Okay. Hey, no worries, Melissa. So usually after the streams are done, I try to, you know, clean them up a little bit, and then they'll be up on the channel, so you can check it out anytime. Who inspires you? That's a great question. I'd say a lot of family, some people I serve with in the military. Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of people for sure. All right. So again, this should have been, and I'm going to keep saying this, right, until we've seen all this artwork a few times. This should have been Dark Arbok, but this is, you know, Rocket's Arbok, so sure, I get it. And they just keep changing the trainer down there, or the Team Rocket Grunt, if you will. We get, what was that, Rocket's Fanfy? No, because it's the middle form before Ampharos. Man. You know, I always tell you guys don't spoil any things, right? Because I want to experience this. Going forward, and I'm saying this, you can timestamp it, you can leave it in the comments. Please let me know if, you know, when I go to open up a brand new set, if there's Rotoms, just so I can set the right expectation. Like, look at this. It's a fighting microwave. Like, it's the dumbest thing ever. Anyway, Raticate, right? So Rocket's Raticate. That should have been Dark Raticate. And, okay, first holo, we get Zamazenta, which, again, has nothing to do with Team Rocket. But, yeah. Again, I'm trying to remain positive here. Yeah, there is an SAR Rotom. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Again, not really impressed, Web. I know you're just trying to dig at me, but all right, here we go. Okay, so we got, what, Rocket's Robot here. Again, I don't know the names. I wish I could speak and read Japanese, but unfortunately I can't. We get Giovanni's Nidorina or Nidorino. We get the little olive Pokemon that looks like it's in the claymation, so that's kind of neat. Ooh, okay, Rocket's Drowsy. That's actually pretty sick. I like that. And let's see what's behind it. Ooh! You know, out of all the art rares that they could have put in this set, and we get a Pokemon that has absolutely nothing to do with Team Rocket. So we get Zamazenta Hollow and then right into one of the art rares. Let me get my sleeves. Ugh. Again, it's a beautiful card. I'm not saying I don't like the artwork. I think the card looks amazing. But what does this have to do with Team Rocket? Exactly. It just doesn't belong. And that's going to be my main criticism for probably the bulk of this stream is... Again, I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm not saying the card looks terrible. It's a great looking card. Should have been in a different set. I'll leave it at that. All right. Let's see what else we can get here. Again, I'm hoping to see more of these Rockets cards here. And yeah, depending on how many cards we get here, right, I might start, preloading the set into the binder at the end, depending on how I feel by the time we go through both these boxes. All right, so we get Rocket's Mimikyu. What was that? Arrokuda. Pineco. Rocket's Raticate. And the Rocket BOMB. Yeah, I'm not going to say that because... some people have been telling me recently that words like that flag on YouTube. So I'm not trying to get the stream all kinds of jacked up for saying a word. So yeah. All right. What was that? Clamperl's Evolved Form. Yeah, kind of. But I think specifically with this, right, because of how much they could pull from Team Rocket. And again, I know... if they were going to do just a true Team Rocket set, this set would be a lot smaller, right? So even just the regular set. Yeah, so 151 only really had one trainer that didn't belong. But yeah, again, it was just, it didn't make sense. But for a set like this, if they were to do a true Team Rocket set, this is a 98 card set before all the Secret Rares. This would probably be a 70 card set in total if they just focused on the Team Rockets. Okay, so we get Rockets. Was it Blipbug? I'm just putting a bunch of Pokeballs, either putting them into a box or taking them out of a box. Sure. Metatite and the Rockets Walkie-Talkie. All right, nice. But again, for those of you that only really keep up with the English set, this is a preview into Destined Rivals. So if you're looking forward to that, that's going to be Heatwave Arena and Glory to Team Rocket fused together into one English set. Ooh, he's stealing. Yeah, either that or he's putting stuff away. No idea who this is. Obviously, it's a member of Team Rocket, but someone that is irrelevant to me because it's not part of the original. Rocket's Porygon. Sorry, brain turned off for a second. We got Breloom. What was that? Dottler? Rocket's Dottler. Again, never saw Team Rocket own that or have any kind of interaction with that, but sure. And was that Metacham, I think? Has anyone in chat opened this set yet? Taking a look at the set list or anything like that? Picked out certain cards? These did come over from Jason Nee, by the way. Shout out to you. I know you're probably hanging out in the stream or popping in and out, so I appreciate it. Obviously, I'll reach back out to you after this to see what other art rares and other secret rares and stuff that I need. So, all right, that one's pretty cool. I like that one. Oh, you did, Wabbit. How was your luck? Don't tell me what you got, but how was your luck? Do you feel like you did pretty well or no? Plus, if you got any like duplicates or anything, again, especially if I'm trying to complete the set, let me know. Okay, gotcha. All right, so we got Rocket's Nidoran, or I'm sorry, Giovanni's Nidoran. There is Rocket's Mareep. Man, this is 3 different Rotoms in this set. It's pretty dumb. So now we have Lawnmower Rotom. Stupid. Okay, and another holo. All right, nice. I mean, I guess this fits the kind of mischievous stuff that Team Rocket does, so I'll give it that. That gets a pass. Better than the Better than the Zamazenta, though, for sure. Wow. 1 SAR and 7? Oh, my goodness. Well, did you at least get a good diversity of the art rares? Did you get a good amount, or were you getting a bunch of duplicates? Look at just the mad face on that guy. All right. I like the artwork there, but again, another Pokemon has nothing to do with Team Rocket. Really like the artwork on that one as well. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Okay. So Golbat, again, this is Rocket's Golbat. This should have been Dark Golbat. Really awesome artwork there. All right. About almost done with this first stack, so about halfway through the first box. Seen 1 art rare, 2 holos, so we should have a couple EXs in here. Probably 2 more art rares, and then hopefully that secret rare or secret art rare. Another random Team Rocket guy, which again has no relevance to me. Rotom it's Rotom. Nice. Okay, so we get Giovanni's Nidorina. So the other one was Nidorino. Okay. That looks kind of cool. I like the mad face there. Mankey. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Like the artwork there. And, okay, again, the Barracuda fish. Yeah, you know, it was so funny, Wab, when they first talked about this set, before they kind of ruined it with no dark Pokemon, I was trying to work with someone to get a full case. So you get, what, 20 boxes in a case. I probably would have opened half and kept half sealed. But, I mean, unless the prices plummet on this, I probably won't do anything like that. I'm going to keep a couple boxes sealed on hand, of course. It is Team Rocket, and I do like the box art. So I'm going to keep some sealed. I'm going to get a whole bunch of loose packs, too, and just have, stacks and stacks of those. I do like this. And, again, this should have been Dark Hypno, but this is just Rocket's Hypno. All right. All right, so we get Giovanni's Nidoran. Okay, there we go. There's Growlithe. We saw a little bit of the artwork on the side of the box. So there we go. Leave that up. What do you think, Nugget? Does that mean there's Arcanine in this set? I mean, that'd be kind of sick. And, ooh, okay. Okay. I'll take that art rare. I like that. So we get, what is that, Giovanni's Meowth? Or it might just be Meowth, but... yeah, I really like this art rare. Okay, good. So one that makes sense, right? And it's in like that chibi art style. So we get Giovanni in the background just watching Meowth. Yeah, okay, I like that one. I'll take that. Very, very nice. All right, so there's 2 art rares. One that belongs and one that doesn't. Both beautiful artwork. I'm not taking away from the artwork there. I'm not hating on the illustrators. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird how they place stuff. But yeah, definitely a good hit there. Massive reprint coming. I don't know if that helps, but I'm okay with... Okay. Yeah, I mean, if these boxes plummet that much, then yeah, I'm gonna grab a whole bunch for sure. And it's just gonna be for the long game, right? Like, obviously, once I do this opening, Giovanni looks like either that or he's just irritated with Meowth. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Giovanni's used to having Persian around, so I guess if Meowth is around, he's probably just annoyed. But yeah, once I do these 2 boxes, I probably won't open any more unless I get some good feedback from you guys. You want to see more, or if prices really do plummet. But yeah, I'll work on completing this set, and then, like I said, everything after that, I'll just keep sealed. All right, and I guess that's the good thing about the Japanese side of the house, right? Because it's not like they do a bunch of products like English. You just get a booster box, or you get the loose packs that they take from booster boxes. So it's very easy to kind of keep stuff sealed in that regard. All right, so we get Mankey. We get Rocket Zubat. Okay. An interesting choice to put this in a Team Rocket set, but all right. Let's see what's behind it. Ooh! Okay. All right. So there's the SAR. We get Giovanni's Nidoking. Okay, that actually looks sick. I'm okay with that. That's actually pretty sick. Obviously fully textured. I like the artwork, right? It looks like he's doing Earthquake. That's actually really, really sick. So, okay, good. So at least they kept true on the higher end here and given us cards that make sense, right? Especially with Giovanni and Nidoking. Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. Huge hit right there. I'm assuming this is up there in terms of the SARs you can get. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Very, very nice. All right. I don't think I have any other. I need to buy more dragon. Oh, I do. Look at that. I just have one last dragon shield. I need to order more. But there we go. So, big hit there. Get good old Giovanni's Nidoking. I really, really like that. All right. Good, good. Starting to get a little bit better. A little bit better, right? Let me pull that down just a little bit. All right. So let's see if we get lucky and get one of these boxes that has the SAR as well. So we get Rocket's Pokeball there. I think that one's actually kind of sick. I've never seen a design like that, so it's interesting. We get Growlithe again. We get Nidoran. Or Giovanni's Nidoran, sorry. I can't remember this Pokemon's name. I just know that he looks irritated as shit. Ooh! Okay. Alright, so there's a... Okay. Alright, so there's an art rare that makes sense and belongs, right? So we get Rocket's Wobbuffet there. Or maybe it just says Wobbuffet. But I like the colors on this, right? Obviously, he's with a bunch of the Team Rocket grunts. I still think, and I'm going to say this because I know it's nowhere in here, this still should have had like Jesse and James in it. Or even like Butch and Cassidy, right? Yes, I know I'm naming very old Team Rocket members, but exactly, right? It should have been Jesse and James. You should have had... I mean, it would have been sick to do like a whole collab, right? So you have like Jesse James, Wobbuffet, Meowth, and even like Weezing and Arbok. That would have been sick. I mean, again, beautiful card. I like it. So 2 of the 3 art rares I'm a big fan of. So I'll gladly take that. So not too bad there. So we should have... Let me slide this over just a little bit. So we haven't seen any EXs yet. So we should have at least a couple EXs in this box. Obviously, we're still waiting to get through some of the holos. Also, again, this is why I shuffle stuff around, right? Try to keep it random. Obviously, we're pulling a lot of this stuff in just this first stack. We have a whole other stack to get through. So, yeah. Yes, this is the promo you're going to get when Destined Rivals comes out. That's going to be the Elite Trainer Box promo. So, yes. All right, let's see what we got here. Again, we've seen pretty much all of the artwork. Okay, nice. So we get Persian, or Giovanni's Persian EX. This is another one that, and again, I'm just making assumptions. I haven't seen the set list. But this should definitely, there should definitely be an SAR or an art rare version of Persian, right? You talk Giovanni and you talk Team Rocket, Persian's a huge part of that, just like Meowth. To not have that in here and you just give it an EX, if that's the case, I feel like doesn't do it justice. But like I said, we'll keep going. And then obviously, once I open both these boxes, I'll pull the set list up to see what else I'm missing. So again, same thing, right? This should be Dark Arbok, even though it's not. This is Rocket's Arbok. Again, I'm going to say that probably a few more times as we go through. Same thing, Rocket's Coughing. This should be just Coughing or Dark Coughing. Ooh, okay, nice. I like that. That's actually pretty sick. Rocket's Houndour. Kangaskhan, interesting choice there. And, okay, is that Blaziken? Get the holo there, all right. Not too bad there. Again, kind of weird fit for a Team Rocket set, but again, I'm trying to be positive, right? I got to realize that the expectations I had for this set when it was first rumored were immediately dwindled. What do you mean? See, like this, like, what does Orbeetle have anything to do with Team Rocket? That makes no sense at all, but Rocket's Orbeetle, got it. Rocket Zubat, sure. Nose Pass, just a huge nose and one small flower. Porygon Z, interesting. And, okay, so there we go. So we get Giovanni's Nido Queen. We got Nido King and Nido Queen. All right, nice. I'll take that. Okay, there's the Arcanine. So there is the Growlithe and Arcanine in this set. Very, very nice. I like the artwork on that. Nice and bright and vibrant. You get the sky in the background, a little bit of flames at the feet. It's actually pretty sick. All right. Again, another... Like, what does this have to do with Team Rocket? It doesn't. But Rocket's, whatever that is, was a Chimeco? I don't remember, honestly. Skarmory. Okay, pretty cool artwork there. I like that. Can't remember this one. And, okay, there we go. Nice. So we're getting some of the EXs now. We get good old Giovanni's Nidoking. I like the artwork on that one. Again, just bursting through the borders there. Obviously, we pulled the best iteration of this card you can get. All right, nice. And again, like usual, right, especially when we're talking about Japanese booster boxes. Oh, thanks, Ellicott. Appreciate you. Yeah, it would be cool to see the Mewtwo. Again, just a reminder, I haven't seen the set list or anything. Obviously, I know there's a Mewtwo in this because they wouldn't just put Mewtwo on the box. But thank you. I appreciate it. Was that Rockets Double Dark Energy? Maybe. I don't know. All right, we get Rockets Rattata. This is another one that doesn't make sense. Like, I know its evolved form is in here too, but like, what does this have to do with Team Rocket? There's the second form in between Torchic and... Oh, was that Combuskin? Yeah, and then it goes Blaziken afterwards. Yeah, and... Okay, Rockets Wobbuffet. All right, nice. So we got the art rare before. Like seeing the holo on this. Good old Wobbuffet staying true to Team Rocket. I like it. Yeah, again, I can't complain. Well, let's put this. I won't complain. I'll be fair. There's definitely some cards that, again, don't make sense. But in terms of like the art rares, I think we did pretty well. Obviously, the SAR is pretty sick. Oh, nice. That's pretty sick. Yeah, the one card, again, that does make sense is the Zamazenta. It's still a beautiful card, but it just doesn't make sense for this. All right, so the main man himself, good old Giovanni, and the trainer, I'm assuming that might be like boss's orders, and maybe it's just straight up Giovanni. But yeah, some of the trainer cards are pretty playable, so there's got to be value there. Next Chinese set in 2 weeks has the crazy Arcanine card. Yeah, so that should be pretty interesting. I'm still working on trying to get some boxes for that. But yeah, it's an older set in terms of what we saw in the English and Japanese side. But yeah, they're going to have the Chinese exclusive artworks like that Arcanine. So yeah, once I get that, obviously I'll open that up for sure. We get Blipbug again. Yeah, and okay, another one that just doesn't make sense. Yeah, that Chinese set looks pretty interesting for sure. All right, let's see what we got in this one. So, wait, is that another? Oh, no, so, sorry, the other one before was Porygon 2. Now this is Porygon Z. Okay, gotcha. All right, we get Rattata, Nidoran, the little olive Pokemon, and... Ooh, okay. This is actually fitting, right? Not anything that have to do with Team Rocket, but Annihilate, especially, you know, it's like fighting in dark. That actually works here, so I like that. I'll take it. All right, almost done with this box, and we still have a whole other booster box to go through. So in total, we'll be going through 60 packs of Glory to Team Rocket. Hopefully we keep up with the, you know, the newer hits. What's going on, Pokemon Place? How we doing? Yeah, finally opening it up. Yeah, brought out the binder and everything. Ooh, okay, nice. Larvitar. Does that mean there is a Tyranitar in this set? That would actually be pretty sick. I'm not really sure just yet. I'll probably wait till the end, Elliot, and kind of go over what my favorites are. And again, I haven't seen the set list yet, so I'm not really sure what else there is here for me. What's going on, Zords? No, not yet. It's still building up. There's a bunch of people that didn't claim giveaways from the last one. And then also there's multiple orders that I shipped out to people that got returned to me. And I'll just put it this way. I'm glad you kind of mentioned that. I'll just get this out there. If you win a giveaway, right, and we're not doing one right now, I'm just saying in the future for future giveaways. If you win a giveaway and I spend my time and money packaging it up for you and sending it out to you and it gets returned to me, I'm not going to reattempt a delivery. I did it for one of the viewers twice, if not 3 times now. and it got kicked back every time. I'm not doing it more than once going forward. And I don't want to get to the point where like you win a giveaway and I charge people for shipping. I think that's kind of dumb. If you win something for free, it's free. Nice, good old Giovanni's Meowth. But yeah, just keep that in mind, right? Like if you win something, respond quickly, give me the proper address, give me everything you need. If it's an international address, obviously we'll try and figure it out, make it work. But yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like I have to pay to ship it. It's not free. It's free for you guys if you win. But like I said, it's getting to a point where like I shipped something multiple times and it came back to me. So that's money out of my pocket. You know what I mean? I don't get that back. I'm just saying that happened. So that's not what I'm saying, Zord. I'm saying I never mind. Anyway, we'll keep going. All right. Let's see what we got in this one here. Good old Giovanni's Meowth again. And the Rockets Double Dark Energy. I don't know what this is, but that's what it looks like to me. So, yeah. It's all right. Plays I try to explain multiple times, so we'll just move on. All right. So this is only the first box. I only have one other one. I'm going to open up both today. And then, yeah, this is first experience for me. Haven't opened up anything before this. Haven't looked at the set list. Romero, how we doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty well in this first box. Absolutely. Interested to see how the second one does. Ooh, okay. All right. So this is one of the ones that I'm okay with, right? So we get Rockets Moltres, which, again, looking at the OG sets, right, especially when you got into, like, the gym series, Moltres was featured, so I'm totally okay with that. That looks really, really sick. And it's actually going to go well when it comes out in the English set because Moltres is heavily featured in Heatwave Arena, so that kind of fits really well, so I like that. All right. But yeah, plays, I've just been kind of giving my own feedback on this and my own take on all these so far. All right, so very, very nice card there. I like the artwork on that one. We get Giovanni's Nidoran, Giovanni's Houndour. Yeah, gotcha. And it's one of those things where, like, I'm going to get more. I'm going to get, depending on how prices go, if the set keeps plummeting, like I hope it does, I'm going to buy some more. I'm going to buy a bunch of loose packs and stuff like that. So I'm depending on how the second box goes, I might work on completing the set. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, Blipbug either stealing Pokeballs or shoving Pokemon that are captured in there into a box. All right. But yeah, first impressions on this, I'm kind of mixed right now because, again, I have gotten some pretty good hits. So I'm not taking away from the artwork or anything like that. Yeah, but it's one of those things where I'm okay with that because, you know, if it was overhyped, just like I said Heatwave Arena was going to be. Just like if you guys haven't seen the new black and white set got revealed, that's already getting overhyped. So no, let these sets let them get overhyped. So when it comes out and they're not as good as everyone's expecting, the prices go down and people will stop scalping them, and then regular people can buy it, and we can get rid of garbage like this. Favorite card in the set? No idea, Romero. I haven't looked at the set list ahead of time. This is all first experience stuff, so yeah. But that's the one thing I hope is just. Ooh, okay. That's Satitan. Nice. Again, another card that makes no sense in the Team Rocket set, but sure. But no, if sets are either overhyped or like, I'd rather get to a point where they don't have these crazy huge chases and they're not overhyped. So all the people that are just trying to buy the stuff up to make money off of it can go away. And the people that actually collect or play can actually get their hands on this stuff and enjoy the hobby. Instead of having to try to overpay or track stuff down. This Houndoom looks absolutely sick, by the way. Rockets Houndoom, I like that. There we go. Finally saw Ekans. All right, nice. Very, very nice. We get Rockets Ekans. We get the second evolved form from the Olive. We get Rockets, what was that? Pupitar? No, Larvitar? Yeah. And Probopass. Do you? No, I don't. No. I wish. I mean, that'd be kind of sick. But no. I really wanted to learn to read and speak it, especially because I had a whole trip planned out to go to Japan, and then that never happened. But yeah, it's something that I definitely want to do as well, especially for stuff like this, right? I open up and interact with enough Japanese Pokemon stuff. I should know what I'm looking at and how to read it. All right, so we get the Rockets Pokeball there. I like that one. Was that Clamperl? Growlithe. We get Kangaskhan and... Okay, nice. Crobat. All right. And again, this should have been Dark Crobat, but they called it Rockets Crobat, so I'll take it. Another new EX. So, and that's the one thing where that used to be... So that statement is partially true. Japanese Pokemon used to be very cheap, but now they keep dropping sets like this, and it's just as expensive as English. I would love for it to go back to where I was buying Japanese booster boxes for $50, $60 a box. Even for like the higher hype sets. All right, Rockets Ampharos. That actually looks pretty sick, even though it has nothing to do with Team Rocket, but sure. Let's get Torchic. Again, another Pokemon. It's a Rockets Pokemon. Can't think of its name, but doesn't match with Team Rocket. So we finally see Primeape. That actually looks really sick. I like that one for sure. And, okay, nice. All right, so there we go. So we get Rockets Tyranitar there. Should have been Dark Tyranitar, but... All right, so first box impressions, not bad, not bad. No duplicates, especially when it comes to the holos into the EXs. The art rares, 2 of the 3 I like. Obviously, the Meowth and Wobbuffet make total sense. They're awesome artwork. I love it. The Zamazenta, it's great artwork. I love this card, but it doesn't belong in the Team Rocket set, so I'll leave it at that. Feel free to leave your opinions in the comments. And then, of course, the big hit of the box. Obviously, I can't complain about this. We get the Giovanni's Nidoking in the SAR. Absolutely beautiful card there. Again, I think this is a perfect fit and keeps true to Team Rocket. So, again, not a bad first box. I'm going to stack all this stuff up. I'm going to put it off to the side. And then once we go through the second box, we'll bring all the hits back out again. And we'll look and see what we got in total. But, yeah. Not too bad for a first box. Again, first opening altogether. I haven't looked at the set list, so all right, not too bad. And yes, I do keep this, right? So first box, all right, and this is just for collection purposes. I do keep the packs. That's why I wasn't absolutely destroying them, ripping them. And again, it's just for stuff that I can display, right? I'm not trying to like reseal them and sell this back off, just so people don't assume that. But yeah, I always do this on the first booster box of a new set that I open up. Only on the Japanese side, the English one, I don't really care that much. But yeah, and then again, once I get back to have my own place, this will just be displayed on a shelf with all the other Japanese booster boxes I have. But yeah, and then just kind of convenient, just kind of push that down like that. And there we go. Cards versus cards. Hey, what's going on? Yep, not doing a giveaway anytime soon. We're not near any kind of milestone or have any real reason to. Outside of, I know you guys like giveaways and stuff. But I've had some issues with the last couple that I've done. So I'm kind of just going to wait for another big milestone. But appreciate you coming by. Good to see you. All right, next. Again, second box of Glory to Team Rocket. Excited to see what we can get here. Hopefully we get some different art rares. Maybe pull the other EXs that we need. Again, I completely agree, right? I wish this was more, traditional in terms of, Team Rocket, right? There was a lot of stuff I really didn't even like with Team Rocket Returns, but it was still a good set. But you would think with all the time that passed and how they've been doing cards, especially with the full art trainers and stuff like that, they would have handled this a bit better. But again, that's just my own opinion, right? I have no say in the matter. I don't exist. I'm not on Pokemon Company's radar by any means. But, right, exactly. Yeah, they were just trying to put rockets in front of anything just to try to draw the attention. So let's do this. We're going to go here with this one. Let's go here with that one, and we're going to start with this down here. And yes, I do mix all this stuff around if you're just popping in, just for the randomness of it. Because, again, I shuffle this around because I try to avoid pulling like the SAR right off the bat or whatever the hit card is. But, yeah, so here we go. Shameless plug. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do post content, you know, a couple times a week and then do some YouTube shorts here and there. But, yeah, you can check me out here. You can check me out on Instagram. I have an eBay store up and running as well with the inventory being added all the time. So, yeah, come check it out and hang out and have fun. Did I grab from the bottom stack or the top stack? Hopefully someone was paying attention because I don't remember. I mean, really, it doesn't matter, but just how my brain works. Someone let me know as we go through this. All right, so we get the rocket. Yeah, you know what that is. Yep. Blip bug, Metatite, and okay. So I'm pretty sure we've seen the bulk of the artwork already. So this, man, I really don't remember. Did I pull from the bottom stack or the top stack first? Oh, either way. We're going to go with the bottom one and just keep rolling. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure we've seen all the artwork so far. The only thing we would, you know, have a chance to see is any of the other holos or EXs, and then the art rares, and hopefully not more stuff like this. But yeah, and then if there's SARs or SRs, and even ultra rares, you can pull those too. But let's take a look and see what we got here. Ooh, okay. There we go. A new EX, and we get Giovanni's Mewtwo there. Very, very nice. Maybe that is a sign. Yeah, it was definitely nice seeing an SAR early, especially as big of a hit as that was. So, yeah, super excited. Again, it would be cool to get one of these boxes that has the SR and an SAR in it. But, again, I can't be greedy. So, yep. All right, here we go. So, we get Dark Muck. I mean, Rocket's Muck, sorry. We get Rattata, Nidoran, the Olive, and... Ooh! Okay. All right. Blaziken art rare. Again, absolutely beautiful artwork there. Has nothing to do with Team Rocket. It seems so out of place. This card could have easily been in Heatwave Arena. But what's going on, Zach? How we doing? Again, absolutely beautiful card. I love the way it looks. It just doesn't belong in this set. But again, it's my own opinion. I just don't want someone freaking out that like, oh, that's the best card in my whole entire set, whatever. Yes, and that's the thing, Zach. So there's plenty of Pokemon like this here that this should have been called Dark Weezing. It makes perfect sense. The artwork fits it. But again, they came off the bat and said they're not doing dark Pokemon for whatever reason. So this is Rocket's Weezing. I really do think it takes away from the experience, but that's just me. All right, let's see what we got in this one. Ooh! All right. Yes. Yeah, they did. But I'm saying when these newer sets, they came out and said that they weren't going to do it. So 2 art rares already. 2 that have nothing to do with Team Rocket. And, I mean, you have someone in the back. Looks like one of the Rocket members. But, again, cool artwork. But it has nothing to do with Team Rocket. So, all right. So now that lowers our chances of getting any more of the awesome art rares. Again, I don't know what else we have, but hopefully there's another Rocket-focused one. All right, here we go. And again, I shuffle stuff around and you see what happens. We're just pulling all this stuff right off the bat. All right, so there's Pupitar. Finally saw that. So we see the whole evolution line there. The Olive, Giovanni's Meowth, and... Okay, Wobbuffet Holo. Okay, nice. The hits continue. Hopefully the bigger hits kind of cool off a little bit. I want to have the second half of this stack actually be somewhat interesting. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. So we got Rocket's Walkie-Talkie, Larvitar, Ekans. What was that? Squawkabilly, I think that's his name. And Houndoom. Very, very nice. Yeah, I'm really interested to see the full set list, Wabbit, once we're done, to see what I missed out on for sure. Yeah, I hope so too, whatever it is. All right, let's see what we got. So we got Ampharos. Again, this, why? Like, I kind of need Max Mofo to open up this set just so he can express the same feelings that I have. But he just has all like the rage and the craziness behind it, which would make it even funnier. All right, Porygon 2 and all right, Dark Arbok. I mean Rockets Arbok. Sorry. All right. All right. Let's see what we got in this one here. Yeah, what was that? Dottler? I don't remember. We get Primeape. We get the fish. And Pupitar again. All right. Again, we're rolling through these a little bit faster, especially because we've seen all the artwork. Well, again, majority of it, right? Except for the higher end stuff. We get Dark Hypno. I mean, Rockets Hypno. Was that Phanpy? Or no. What is... I keep messing this up. What is the name of this Pokemon? Is that, I feel like it's Flaffy, not Phanpy. Phanpy's the little elephant Pokemon, right? If I'm saying something wrong, guys, please call me out in chat, make fun of me, but... Mareep. I was on the right track. Yeah, that's... I think that's Mareep. Thank you. I'm saying the completely wrong Pokemon over and over again. Ooh, okay. So there's our first actual duplicate. We get Rockets Moltres. Not bad. Yeah, I think you're right, Wabbit. I think that is Mareep. Absolutely beautiful card. Again, it makes sense. I'm okay with it, especially because they did Rockets Moltres before. All right. Let's see. So we get what? Rockets Assembly Line, Torchic, the little spider that doesn't belong with Team Rocket, Primeape throwing fists at all the Pokemon that don't belong in this set, and Dark Arbok. I mean, Rockets Arbok. All right, I'll stop. I know that's probably getting annoying. All right. But if you guys do want to stick around once I'm done opening up these packs, gotcha. We get so yeah, that's what I was saying. If you guys want to stick around once I'm done opening the packs, we're gonna go through the Team Rocket binder and start putting some of these cards in there, and just seeing how we're looking in terms of the set. Usually, if you open up a booster box, you get about 75% to 80% of the set. Obviously, open up 2. Obviously, I increase that number. Oh, that's the other thing I want to mention. The one other shortfall of this set, which I think is a huge missed opportunity, and I've seen no one talk about it, so I'll mention it. If you look at some of the more recent sets, right, especially with the reverse holos they've been doing on the Chinese side and all the crazy patterns, English and Japanese, we get the Pokeball and the Master Ball. Why did they not do Rocket reverses, right? They could have just did a big R right there and have it where it's like for Master Set purposes, you would collect the regular cards and then you get a reverse Rocket stamp. I think that would have been sick. Again, I think it's a huge missed opportunity, but that's just me. All right, Drowsy, let's see what's hanging out behind you. Ooh, all right, so Titan EX, all right, so another duplicate. But yeah, I think the reverses, that would have been really, really neat to see. Right? And thanks, Sparky, appreciate you. It just makes sense, right? Especially with all the other reverse patterns that they've been coming out with lately. Huge miss for them to not do it with this. All right. We get Dark Golbat. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. We got Pineco, Raticate, and nice, good old Arcanine. Let me just look at something real quick. Sorry, hold on. There we go. Okay. That's too much, maybe a different art style, not the same art. But no, it doesn't take away from it. I'm just saying, like, just like all the other reverses, right? You can just put the reverse right here, or the rocket stamp right in the middle, just like the other ones. I don't think it takes away from it. I think it would have been interesting. I see what you're saying, though. I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't think, but yeah. Not really, but it's just one of those things that it makes it interesting, right? Like, I think it was kind of cool that it wasn't just a regular reverse. And it's something that, because the Japanese side of the house really doesn't do reverses unless it's specialty sets, it would have been something cool to just sprinkle in there. But Ooh, okay, nice. So we're starting to get a lot of the duplicates now, especially in the EXs. Get good old Giovanni's Nidoking. Got the better version of that earlier. But again, just throwing out ideas and thoughts I have in my head of how this set could have been a little bit better. I'll give my full impressions once we're done opening up all these and we see what I pulled. And we take a look at the set list. All right, let's see what we got in this one here. Nose Pass, Porygon 2, and nice, good old, oh my goodness, Annihilate. Thank you. Yep, brain started working there, finally. Yeah, I guess. I think the way that the Chinese Gem Pack set did all their reverses was really, really neat. And I really, really liked how those turned out, especially because there were so many different designs in those reverses. Ooh! Okay. All right. So obviously just talk and interrupt myself there. So there we go. We get Rocket or Giovanni's Mewtwo. This is the SR. I'm assuming there's an SAR version of this. But yeah, that's a beautiful card for sure. I really like the colors on there. You get Giovanni creeping in the background there. But, all right, so nice. So there's the SR. Now, again, there is a chance we can pull an SAR in this as well. And you know what's so funny? I mentioned earlier, first big hit we had was the Mewtwo in this box. We see Mewtwo again. Is there a chance, maybe ever so slight, but maybe there's a chance we pull the SAR as well? That would be an insane box. But if that's the big hit from this one, I can't complain, especially because the last box we got an SAR. And it was one that I really like. So, nice. Very, very nice. All right. Let's see what we got next. A lot of the big hits are coming from this first stack. Ooh, okay. All right, good. Thank you. It is a duplicate, but we got Wobbuffet again. I'll gladly take this one. I don't know what other art rares there could have been. Again, I haven't looked at the set list yet, but hey, 2 Wobbuffets. That's not bad. Maybe I'll grade one. But yeah, there's our art rares for the box. So this last stack, potentially. Yeah, I might. I'll have to look and see which one looks a little bit cleaner. So, still have some holos to go through, maybe a couple more EXs. There is still a chance, right? It's very rare, but there's still a chance we can get an SAR in this box as well. But let's try our luck and see. Ooh, that would have been so nuts if I pulled it right there. Just will it into existence. But again, I'll save my full impressions and my overall experience of this till the very, very end. But let's see what we got in this one here. Larvitar and... All right, nice. We get the Blaziken Holo. I'm very interested because I kind of have a rough idea of the pack prices. I'm interested on the value of some of these cards that are in this. Especially like the art rares, the SRs, the ultra rares, right? Because a lot of times the ultra rares are kind of overlooked because they're more playable and not really like big collection pieces. But yeah, be interested to take a look at all those, see what I'm missing after this, and see what I can come up with. This is just, yeah, it is what it is. And then, all right, we get good old Giovanni on the end of that one, so that's not bad. All right. Another Rocket Grunt. Was that Shroomish? I think that's his name. Finally just came to mind. Yep, just super angry Shroomish. All right. And all right, the spider, Rocket Spider. Doesn't make sense why it's in this set, but so there we go. So we got the holo, and if you look at this, right, I'm just going to bring this to attention because it almost looks identical. Yeah, absolutely not. Look at the very center of this artwork. It almost looks identical to the very center of this artwork. I don't know. Maybe it's just me seeing things, but yeah, well, but I don't think so. I'm glad you're the one being optimistic about it, but yeah, Rotom is just one of those Pokemon. It's just lazy design. It's not in the Illustrator, right? It was someone that came to the Illustrator and was like, hey, so we have this stupid design to put a face and a smile on appliances. Can you just go ahead and get that and make it happen? Fortress there. Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. But again, if you guys hear me rant and rabble about stuff, it's just my own opinion, my own take on stuff. All right, let's see what we have here. And all right, nothing. I mean, not saying that Growlithe is nothing, but where do you buy them? Good question, Leah. So I get these from a guy on Instagram. His name is oh my goodness, his actual YouTube or Instagram name is? Let me look, just so I mean I know his actual name, so that's why I just keep calling it by that. But on Instagram, it is TCG Pokemon Collector. He's pretty much my main hookup for all things Japanese Pokemon. I know him as Jason Nee, but yeah, it's where I get all my Japanese Pokemon stuff, or majority. I'll say like 95% of the Japanese stuff that I open up on this channel, I get from him and that business. So yeah, you're very welcome. Definitely a reliable source. If you're going to get anything from them, just mention that I sent you. I've lost count of how many deals that I've done with Jason. It's been a great partnership for sure. Again, another weird holo, this weird fish that doesn't really belong in Team Rocket, but it's all good. So down to the last 5 packs. Again, still have a chance to pull that SAR. If we don't, I'm not going to complain about this box either as much as I want to. But let's take a look and see what we can wrap up with. And then we'll get into the debrief and breakdown. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, another Rocket Grunt. And then, like I said, after I'm done with this, we'll break out my Team Rocket binder. You guys get to look at my collection from Team Rocket stuff so far. And then I'm going to start adding stuff to the binder. All right, let's see what we have here. Porygon and, all right, Murkrow. All right, so we get the Rocket assembly line. No idea what that is. Skarmory, Rattata, and ooh, Nidoqueen. I really hope Nidoqueen gets like an EX or some nice card in this set, right? Obviously, you know, Giovanni has both, but again, I'm excited to see all the other art rares, the other secret rares, right? Which I'm assuming there's other secret rares like this that have the character in the background, which that's part of what I'm collecting in my other binder. All right, Combuskin, let's see what you got hiding behind you. Ooh, all right, nice. Good Rocket's Tyranitar. All right, we're winding down here. Let's see if there's anything left. If not, again, pretty decent opening between the 2 boxes. 60 packs in total. All right, Mimikyu, let's see what we got here. We get Coughing, Nose Pass, Clamperl, and ooh, okay. All right. Very, very cool. First time seeing this, we get Rocket's Zapdos, which makes sense because that was a original artwork and design, or original concept, if you will, from the older cards, right? We got Rocket's Zapdos and Rocket's Articuno. So that's actually pretty sick. I like that. All right, last, but definitely not least, let's see what we can get in this last pack. Fingers crossed we pull an SAR. Maybe we get an art rare somehow or another SR. But let's take a look. So we get Dark Golbat. Not looking too good so far. Metatite. The weird little spider dude in the cocoon. All right, last hit, potentially last card. Let's take a look and see what we got in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nothing. Not the strongest way to end off, but hey, not bad either. All right, so let me gather everything back up. Take a look at all the hits in total. Again, pretty good diversity. And again, for one of those, you know, if you can get your hands on 2 boxes, even just one, you're going to get a bulk of this set within that 1 box, right? And again, I think within 2 boxes, we did pretty well. Let me just stack all these up again. Let's do this. All right. And we'll go here. Let me see. I don't think I have... Yep, all out of Dragon Shields, which this is the brand of shields, or the brand of card sleeves that I get. I get Dragon Shield, the clear matte, and then I also get Perfect Fits, which you guys see me use all the time. All right, so here we go. Quick recap, right? All the holos, again, not too many duplicates, but I feel like we got a good bulk of the holos. I'm going to pull up the set list here in a little bit. In terms of EXs, I'm pretty sure we got all of them. Maybe one or two we missed, but I like the Rockets Moltres, the Nidoking, Persian, and then, of course, we got a Mewtwo as well, which was a sign. We did end up pulling a higher-end Mewtwo. All right, here's where I kind of run into mixed feelings. Yeah, once I'm done with this, I'm going to pull up the full set, Wabbit. This is where I have mixed feelings. All right, so the art rares... very hit and miss for me, right? And again, I've said this probably 10 times. I'm going to say it again. The artwork, for the most part, is beautiful. Like the Zamazenta. This is a beautiful card. It doesn't make sense for it to be in this set, though. Like, we could have had something else. And again, I haven't looked at the set list yet, but we could have had Wheezing, Coughing. We could have had, you know, Ekans and Arbok. We could have had... I don't know, a Persian. Like, there's so many other rocket-focused cards. And again, I haven't looked at the set list. We're going to take a look here in a second. But, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Now, this here, this is an art rare that works. Wobbuffet is awesome. Obviously, the grunts in the background, it is what it is. But, yeah, Golduck, Psyduck, that would have been sick. But I also think back of a lot of the older rocket cards, right? And, like, what used to be in the older sets. There were some really awesome rocket cards that probably aren't being represented here. But again, the Wobbuffet works. I like it. It makes sense to me. The Meowth, again, that works too, right? Like Giovanni and Meowth there, that's a perfect combo. I like that. It would have been cool to see a similar design, but with Persian. And then again, we dip again, unfortunately. So again, beautiful artwork. This Blaziken looks sick. This should have been in Heat Wave Arena. This doesn't make sense for this card to be in this set. Just, I don't know. And again, follow suit here. They literally just, yeah, Hypno, Drowsy, same thing. Here, they just took some Team Rocket Clown, and they put this spider in here. Like, yep, it's Rockets, whatever, Dewpider, whatever the hell this name is. It just doesn't make sense. So that's my take on that. I'm glad we ended up with another Wobbuffet, though. So we at least got 3 good art rares, even one of them being a duplicate. These ones are just whatever. And then here, obviously, I'm not going to complain about this. I think both of these look absolutely amazing, right? So we get the Giovanni's Mewtwo, right, in the SR. And then we get Giovanni's Nidoking in the SAR. Both absolutely beautiful. I've been a big fan of these, and I've been collecting them as you guys have been keeping up. So again, overall, my impression is the set could have been better. I think the higher end cards from what I've got were great. Obviously, I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, so now we're going to look at the set list. So I'm going to pull over my other phone. And this is the one, and there's going to be some kind of weird like Inception thing here, right? So this is normally where I watch chat on my other phone. So let me pull up the app real quick. All right, so we are in the Pokélector app. This is what I use for all of my just databasing and tracking for all the sets. All right, so Glory of Team Rocket. All right, here we go. Again, it's an older phone, so bear with me here. This is the phone that I replaced my current phone with. It's still kind of crazy to think I used to record all my older videos and stuff were done on this phone. So I kept it just as a secondary phone, but yeah, you can tell why I replaced it. Again, this is an iPhone 10. I got it the year it came out. Yeah, it's definitely seen some better days. But again, for chat and very simple things, it works. I wasn't expecting this to take this long. Hopefully this will load here in a second. So while I'm waiting for that to load, what do you guys think of this set? Let me pull chat back up. So what do you guys think, and especially with your experience now, If you've opened it up before, this is the first time seeing it, what do you guys think of the Team Rocket set? And again, I know there's been leaks and stuff out there for a while, but again, I think it could have been better. I really want to see the other cards, right? Just to see what else I missed out on. But yeah, again, pretty fun opening, right? Pulled some good cards. I'm glad about the higher end hits for sure. I really like the Nidoking. The Mewtwo works. I was going to get this Mewtwo either way because, again, I always collect these cards here for the little mini binder. Man, this app is really slugging today. Hold on. Let me try and open it up again. Any feedback, comments, concerns, complaints about this set? All right, here we go. Let me move this to the side. All right, so here it is. I think you're not a super Team Rocket fan. If you're not, okay. Okay, I think that's a good assessment. All right, so here, 98 cards with 6 secret rares. I feel like there's more than that. Yeah, there's got to be more than that. But all right, let's take a look and see. All right, so there's the Rotom. There's all the grass types. Oh, so we didn't get the Arbalova EX, right? So there's an EX that we missed. Some more Rotoms. We got the Mewtwo there. Like I said, I think we... Oh, what? Why is there a Regirock in this set? Sure. And it's not even a... It's just... Okay, Regirock. Got it. Nidoking. Crobat. Okay, got him. Got the Persian. All right, so now we're starting to get to the part where the art rares are going to creep in. So here we go. Let's brace for impact. Let's see what we got here. All right, so starting off... And I'm just going to click on these right and swipe over. We're going to see ads here and there, but just bear with me. So again, doesn't make sense what Spide Ops, that's the name of this. Terrible. Yep, there's the advertisement. Wow. Okay, that would have been sick. Team Rocket's Houndoom art rare, that would have been really sick. Don't care for the Team Rocket character that's there, but that would have been really, really sick. Again, the Blaziken looks great, but it doesn't belong in this set. It should have been in the previous set. Clamperl, really? In art rares, another spot wasted. Okay. All right, obviously Rocket's Wobbuffet, solid, love it. Why? Team Rocket's Orbeetle, really? Okay, terrible. Okay, that's sick. Team Rocket's Weezing, I really like that. Don't care for the Team Rocket Grunt that's right there, but I'm glad Weezing got an art rare. That's actually sick. Murkrow, okay. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it still works within the realm of Team Rocket, so I'm okay with that. Again, don't care for the trainer, but that's pretty cool. The Zamazenta, I already talked about that enough. I don't really need to hammer down on that. Okay, that's pretty sick. I would have taken that. Team Rocket's Raticate. That would have been sick. I like that, especially because there's so many of them. And then you have like the Team Rocket Grunt. Looks like he's running. There's actually a Rattata right there behind the little number 90 there. So that's actually pretty sick. Okay, that would have been nice. Obviously got the Meowth. Love it. Why? Why do we have an art rare in a Team Rocket set of Kangaskhan talking to, was that Quagsire? That's so dumb. I'm sorry. Again, beautiful artwork, right? I like the colors in that. I like the little rainbow effect. And that's just not my phone. Like the card's actually, you know, done like that. But it doesn't make sense. This doesn't belong in the Team Rocket set. That's stupid. Oh, man, I'm glad I didn't pull that. I would have been furious. The Olive Pokemon EX full art. In Japanese, these are secret rares. And they only, you know, obviously secret rares only come one a box or you get the SAR. I would have been furious if I would have pulled that. Okay, that would have been sick. Team Rocket's Moltres, I like that. Again, it's going to be a card I collect because I need it for a little mini binder. But that would have been sick. I'd be okay with that. More ads. Oh, man, that's stupid. Titan EX full art. Glad I didn't pull that. Okay. And then we get into Rocket's Mewtwo. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense why they didn't call it Giovanni's Mewtwo, but Team Rocket's Mewtwo, okay. Obviously, I pulled it. I like it. Reggie Steele. Man, they really wasted so many spots in this set. It's astounding. We're almost at like 10 cards that they absolutely just wasted in this set. Okay, that would have been sick. Team Rocket's Nidoking. Should have been Giovanni's Nidoking, but okay. Team Rocket's Crobat. Okay, I could see that. I feel like there's other Pokemon that could have got that, but sure. Okay, nice. Glad to see that Persian got something besides just the regular EX. So Rocket's Full Art, again, should have been Giovanni's Persian, but sure. Team Rocket's Ariana. Don't really care. She didn't need to be in this set. I know she's a part of Team Rocket, but so are Jesse and James and Bonnie and Clive. Or I'm sorry, it's Butch and Cassidy. Sorry, Bonnie and Clive. That's the other dynamic duo. Yeah, Butch and Cassidy deserved a spot over her for sure. Archer, cool, another waste. Don't care. Giovanni obviously makes sense. Plus that artwork looks sick. We have to pick that up, and I'm actually planning on grading some full art trainers here soon. So I definitely want to get that. I'll throw that in with the other Giovanni cards. Another wasted spot. Team Rocket's Petrol. Yeah, that's stupid. Wow, they really went full tilt on all these garbage Team Rocket characters, huh? Yeah. All right. Okay, so now we're getting to the SARs. That Moltres looks insane. And it's so funny, going back-to-back sets where Moltres is a huge hit. The English set is going to be nuts. And do I think they're going to put both SARs? So you're going to have Rocket's Moltres and the Moltres from the previous set? Probably not. They'll probably put one in promotional pack and piss everybody off. But again, awesome artwork there. I like that. Okay. All right. There's the Rocket's Mewtwo. Again, should have been Giovanni's. But, or no, I guess this one works, right? Like I said before. If this is the card everyone's been crazy hyped about, I'm not. I mean, it's an awesome card, but I'm not really blown away, to be honest. I think the Nidoking looks better. Yeah. Again, that's the one that I pulled that looks absolutely sick. And again, it's Team Rocket's not Giovanni, but it's whatever. The Crobat, okay. Okay. Actually, the more I look at this, I like this. So just because there's Golbats in the back, there's Zubats, so it's got the whole evolution line in there. I like that. That's pretty sick. I would have been okay with that. Wow. So it was bad enough they gave her a full art, and then she gets an alt art on top of that. Trash. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. You get Giovanni in the center. You could have thrown away the other, but like even, oh my God. So they put all those garbage trainers in there. The Moltres from Heatwave Arena. That Moltres. That's the other crazy high-end Moltres. To have both of them in the English set, I don't see it happening. But here, you easily could have put Jesse and James, right? Butch and Cassidy in there. That would have been a lot sicker, but again, Giovanni being the center, I'm okay with it. Okay, gold version of what I got here. So, again, same artwork there, just gold version. I do like that. Definitely have to pick that up. Okay, so they did it with Crobat as well. And then Jamming Tower. Okay, that's a lot going on there, but that actually looks pretty cool. I bet in person that looks nuts, especially because it's all textured. All right, but that's it. So let's close that and just make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, that's the whole set. So yeah, a lot of wasted cards. Oh, that's Ho-Oh. Oh, my bad. Okay, so no, so we'll be good then. So they'll have Ho-Oh and, okay. Sorry. My bad, Wabbit. Thank you for correcting me. But yeah, a lot of the set, there's probably close to 15 cards in this set that didn't belong in this set. Again, my own personal opinion. Most of the art rares aren't that great. Most of the full arts aren't that great. The full art trainers, right? They should have scrapped all but one of them. The SARs, okay. I mean, they're pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, especially compared to, and you know, we're gonna transition to that here now. Let me clear off the desk real quick. Obviously, I'm going to go through and sleeve up some of these hollows and stuff here in a little bit. I got to look at both the Wobbuffets here. All right, move these off to the side. All right, so here, Team Rocket. So let's start with how this set should have been. To not introduce one dark Pokemon, or at least just put dark on the tower. I'm going to bring this down a little bit so you guys can see everything. And yes, I do have both dark Gyarados here. Let me get this out. Come on. Yeah, so you get the pre-release stamp and then the regular holo as well. I'm still working on getting some of the first edition holos, but yeah, again, all absolutely beautiful cards here. Again, Jesse and James for Here Comes Team Rocket. You get Rocket Sneak Attack, which looks sick as well. And then going forward, right, the rest of this set is all first editions. Yes, even the Blastoise and the Charizard and the Dragonite. Every single card going forward here. I'm going to try and zoom this out a little bit without messing up the camera too much. Just bear with me 1 second. Come on. Okay, I guess that's as zoomed out. Let me try this. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, the Dark Charmeleon's sick. And again, this is what we could have seen, right? Like, just some absolutely stunners of cards for sure. The Dark Golduck is absolutely insane. Again, just absolutely sick artwork. Everything in here, even like the Dark Primeape, looks absolutely nuts. Just all menacing, right? But I think that's what they wanted to get away from, right? Even though that's the whole point of this set, right? It's dark, it's maniacal, it's one of those evil sets, right? And they were like, oh, well, you know, they probably thought it wasn't PC enough. So, but anyway, Dark Persian looking sick. Dark Muck. Dark Dragonite even looks insane. Or Dragonair, sorry. But even the Slowbro, like, look at this. Like, you got the Rocket Grunt in the background, right? But still just, yeah. All right, flip over. Still, we continue on, right? Dark Raticate looks sick. That would have been cool, right? If they did a, like they did with some like the Radiant Collection stuff, right? Where you can get the dark Pokemon as a subset. That would have been sick. The Notorious Grimer that got corrected. Squirtle, but even Voltorb. I mean, Voltorb always looks mad, but still. Boss's Way. Like, how they didn't replicate this and do it as a full art, they ruined it. That would have been the sickest throwback of all time, is to redo both of these, actually. Give them full arts, right? But this one here would have been sick to do as a modern full art. And then, of course, last but definitely not least, right, the very first English secret rare, the Dark Raichu. And again, I've seen so many people talk about this. This isn't a printing error, guys. It says 83 of 82. It means it's a secret rare. I assume people understand that by now, but I saw a video like recently recorded like 2 weeks ago. And then, so if you thought that was great, well, it gets better from here, right? Now we have the full Japanese. What's going on, Mewtwo dude? Yes, sir. We were just showing off the better Team Rocket sets. Just got done opening up 2 boxes of Glory to Team Rocket. We got the banned Grimer here. If you know, you know. Dark Charizard, Dark Blastoise. I mean, even Weezing and Vileplume. Even the Evolutions had darks. You know what I mean? Like, the OG Team Rocket set. And again, I don't have Team Rocket Returns to show off, but that was a great set as well. What's up? Yeah, again, it's one of those things where these older cards just were, I don't know, they're a lot more iconic than some of the newer stuff. But for them to do away with not having dark Pokemon, it makes no sense. Like, still one of the best dark Pokemon out there. I wish they would have come out and explained why. They never said why, by the way. They were just like, hey, we're not doing dark Pokemon, deal with it. And keep in mind that there wasn't Dark Raichu in this set, because the Dark Raichu actually came on the Japanese side in the, oh my goodness, what's, why am I drawing a blank on this? Hold on one second. It wasn't a part of this set because on the Japanese side, let me flip back to something so you guys can look at. Why am I drawing a blank on what that was? Oh, the Neo generation, sorry. So Dark Raichu didn't come out in the Neo generation until one of the first sets on the Neo side Japanese. So, but anyway, so that's my whole thought process on the new Team Rocket set compared to these. Now, like I said, I mentioned before, I should have enough spaces left, even counting all these. Speaking of Team Rocket, they should have, oh, that would have been sick. Yeah, that would have been huge. All right, so I think not counting this page here, I have enough pages left where I can put the Team Rocket set in here. Now, something else I want to show you since we're talking about awesome Team Rocket stuff, and it's another little work in progress kind of side set thing. But before I was going to work on this set, I was going to put these in here. So I have German and other foreign Team Rocket cards, right? I love how his name is Dunkels. That's absolutely hilarious. But I've got a bunch of German Team Rocket cards that I was going to work on putting in here. There's some other languages in here as well. Yeah, so I was going to work on, you know, collecting these. In the meantime, got a bunch of the first editions. But yeah. So side project for that. Obviously, I'll get that complete at some point in time. But let me pull up the set list again so I can start filling this up. Let me pull chat back up, just see what you guys have been chiming in with. But yeah, so again, what do you guys think of Glory to Team Rocket? I don't think it pays this set. Doesn't pay tribute as much as it should, right? Again, there's some great cards in the set. I don't want to completely dump on this set. It could have been better. I bought this binder, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, probably even longer. I got this off Amazon. And of course, now you can't find it. I should have bought two, but yeah. Bought this. Obviously, someone just printed this on there. C-. I think that's fair. It's definitely not the best set, especially in terms of... So I'm looking at this in terms of modern Japanese and what's come out recently versus the vintage Team Rocket. Obviously, it holds no comparison to what I just showed you here, right? Like, if I go here and we look at vintage Team Rocket, even this page alone has some way better cards than what we just saw. But yeah, I definitely think it's a C if we're gonna give it a grade like that. But it's one of those things where, like, even if you just look at the artwork itself, right, and for them to not do, and I'm gonna die on this hill, and it's fine. Them not doing dark Pokemon in this set ruined it before the set even came out. And it's just my fair assumption. Like, how are you not going to do dark Pokemon? And it didn't have to be Charizard. I'm kind of glad they didn't do a Charizard because it would have been another set that no one would ever see forever. But to not do dark Pokemon for whatever reason, it was a huge miss. I don't think we'll see another Team Rocket set again anytime soon. Probably even within the next gen. I don't think they're going to do it. I just don't think the new Team Rocket set's as successful as all these content creators are hyping it up to be, right? I might be the one true realistic one that's just like, hey, this is my fair assessment on it. I'm not being like, oh, you have to go out and buy this right now. And all these people, I get all this stuff supplied and they act like they're part of, oh yeah, well, it's hard to find stuff too. It's a sham. But yeah, I don't see them doing another Team Rocket set anytime soon. Again, I did pull some good cards, so I'm not going to complain completely. But, yeah, again, it just, I don't know. Overall, I wasn't impressed. I liked some of the cards, but then seeing the set list really swayed me. And again, you guys knew I was going to look at the set list. But with that being said, that's pretty much the end of the stream, guys. We're 91 minutes in. Now what I'm going to do is here, I'm just going to sort some of the cards here. I'm going to sleeve up a bunch of the hollows. Let me actually do that first while we're talking about it. I'm gonna sleeve up the hollows, sort stuff out, and then start putting it in order and then getting it into the binder. So if you want to stick around for a bit, I'll be here. If you want to chit chat, you want to hang out, feel free to. But yeah, again, appreciate you coming by. Especially, let me do all my shout outs real quick while I'm thinking about it. Especially because we had a bunch of new people come in today, and I truly appreciate it. As I drop my other phone, good thing it's the second phone. All right. So of course, Bad Wabbit and Mewtwo, appreciate you. Leah Inc., thank you for coming by. Codename Sparky. Zach Music, appreciate you. Nugget, always good to see you. Thanks for coming by. We had Cards vs. Cards and Hilaria. Thanks for coming by. Hope you like your new Captain Pikachu, by the way. Pokemon Plays, Romeo. Zords came through. Elliot, thanks for coming by. Yeah, I think that was everybody. At least from what I can see in chat. Let me look, just make sure I didn't miss anybody, but hold on one second. Trainer Glenn, obviously thank you for coming by. And Melissa Kramer, thank you for that. I think she actually dropped a sub today too, so that was kind of sick. All right. Yep, that was everybody. So, like I said, if you want to hang out, feel free to. But yeah, that was glory to Team Rocket, glory of Team Rocket. Wasn't as glorious as I hoped it was going to be, but yeah, definitely going to work on. Thank you, appreciate you. I'm gonna work on just trying to clean up some of the other cards I didn't get in the set. Obviously, the higher end cards like that Moltres and the Mewtwo. It's going to be a bit before trying to get any of those, but. Yeah, I think all the other ones shouldn't be too expensive. If anything, I'll just wait a little bit, start picking them up here and there. But yeah, I gave my honest opinion on it. And yeah, got some feedback from you as well, so I appreciate it. But yeah, that's the bulk of today's stream. If you want to hang out as I go through and sort all this stuff, feel free to. I'll keep chatting with you if you want to stick around. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I'm WakoBako. Take it easy, guys. I'll still be here. All right, move all this off to the side. Let's try and get these somewhat in order. I was more disappointed that they didn't include Jesse James. Yeah, I think that's fair, right? They could have included that, especially with them, like, you know, all the original, you know, like, so Ash is gone, Jesse and James are gone, like the original Team Rocket's gone. It would have been a nice way as a send off and a little bit of a remembrance, right? To be like, oh hey, here you go. You know, shout them out one last time or whatever. But, yeah, I think it's a pretty big miss for sure. I agree. All right, let's see. And then again, just some of the random Pokemon they put in this set, it just makes no sense. They wasted so many slots on trainers as well. That was the one part I was very disappointed in. I'm glad I didn't pull any of them, though. I would have been very irritated. But, oh, let me actually go through this. So we got all the hollows, at least one of each, so we're good there. All right. Wobbuffets, I need to look at them. So now we know Desperado's full set. What do you say? Definitely not worth a $300 booster box. If you're pre-ordering anything for Destin Rivals, be smart, shop around. Unless you just like throwing money away, I wouldn't suggest, you know, locking in pre-orders, especially for that much. That's way too much. That's insane. Yeah, I don't think it might be one of those sets where it's going to have immediate drop off. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, right? So I can get hands on it. I mean, hell, I haven't really opened up stuff since like Surging Sparks. It's been a drought since then, right? I had a good amount of Stellar Crown. Shrouded Fable I went pretty hard on. But, yeah, since Surging Sparks and Prismatic, it's been a drought. So, yeah. I definitely don't think it's going to be worth the hype. It's going to be one of those sets that I just slowly trickle and complete over time. It's going to be a binder that has a lot of gap. Now that we've seen both sets, I think it's definitely going to be being overhyped for sure. All right, let me look at these. Centering on this one is shifted just ever so slightly down, but if you look at this one, it's shifted over a little bit that way. I think this one looks a little bit better. Let me look at the backs. The backs are super tough with Japanese cards, right? Especially because this blue fades into the brownish gold. So it's kind of tough when you're looking at like centering. I'm gonna hold on to this one. I'm probably gonna put this one in the grading pile. Just try my luck, right? Whether I keep it for the personal collection or not. All right. And then let's see what number these are. So we got 103, 109, 99, 101. So hold on. All right. So all those are in order. So we're good there. We're good here. We're good here. All right, now we start sorting all the bulk. And again, the only reason why I'm really doing this is because I'm going to put in the binder. So, all right, so I do all this by color, right? Because it's not like 151 where there's another specific order. This, you just sort by color and kind of go from there. Try and get at least one down for each just so I have an idea of where stuff needs to be laid. I don't think there's anything outside of those, right? Well, I mean, obviously that. But there wasn't any like steel or dragon or anything, right? I don't think so. Oh, there was steel. Okay. All right, so slide that over. So there we go. That should be everything, right? So leaf, grass, I'm sorry, leaf, fire, water, electric, psychic, fighting, dark, steel, colorless, and trainer. That should be it. I'm just going to do a quick run through this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So now I just go into sort. So what I'll do is anytime I see a card, whatever's on top, I just grab that one and just build the stack that way. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you real quick, Alex. I'm just sorting through all the comments and stuff right now, but here is, let me grab this back. So here's all the hits. So we got a bunch of hollows, Wobbuffet, Zamazenta, which makes no sense. Another card that doesn't make sense. Metal, not steel. Yeah, I mean, I usually say either one. Moltres, Mewtwo, Nidoking, Crobat, Persian. That's sick. Some of the art rares. No, this is new. This is Glory to Team Rocket new set. And this is a bit of a preview of what you're going to see on the English side when the new Destined Rival set comes out. We get this stupid spider, which makes no sense. We get this Blaziken, which looks really, really nice, but doesn't belong in this set. It should have went in the previous set, which was literally called Heatwave Arena. We got two Wobbuffets, which was actually pretty sick. This one I'm gonna grade. This one I'm gonna keep in the binder. But yeah, I love the Wobbuffets. Again, Zamazenta, beautiful card, just doesn't make sense in this set. Kind of a waste of a spot. We did get Meowth, which I really, really like this one, kind of the chibi style artwork there. And then our big hits from the boxes. I opened up 2 boxes, by the way. We got Team Rocket's Mewtwo and that full art. And then we got the alt art or the SAR of Team Rocket's Nidoking. So, yeah. Those are pretty much the big hits from both the boxes, and then obviously all the different art rares and stuff like that. Yeah, again, not too bad overall. Was I really, really impressed? Not really. I think this set could have been a lot better. I did kind of go through the set list, and I was complaining because it was really bad. They filled so many spots with just random Pokemon that didn't make sense. Or, yeah, again, overall great pulls. I'm not going to complain too much, and I'm glad I didn't get some of the other terrible ones that were there. But yeah, they put so many other random Pokemon in this set that just didn't make sense. There's no dark Pokemon, so it's just Team Rockets and then the name after it. They put a bunch of Rotoms in here, which you guys know how I feel about that. But yeah, you got a bunch of these just random junk trainers for no reason. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But again, overall, I think it was an okay set. Was I really blown away? Not really. Especially once I looked at the set list, dude, it really confirmed it for me, right? And you can ask Wabbit. Once I pulled up the set list, that's where the disappointment started settling in. It just, again, for how big Team Rocket is and influence in all of Pokemon, not only just in the TCG but in the show as well. I just feel like they didn't do it as justice in this set, especially with dumb shit like that. But yeah, if I was to grade it, probably a C at best. I am going to work on trying to complete this set because I got majority of the cards, right, in the regular part of the set. I just need some more of the art rares, and then I get into all the secret rares and stuff like that. But, yeah. So, like I said, right now, I'm just going through and sorting everything. And again, that's how some people are, which, again, makes sense, right? It was a part of what kept someone around and liking this kind of hobby. And then they just, I don't know. I truly think they botched it with this set. And again, I don't see them doing another Team Rocket set anytime soon. I think this will, if we do a tier list, which I know I just threw out there and now someone's going to ask me to do it. If we do a tier list of all of the Scarlet and Violet sets, especially on the Japanese side, right? If we just did a Japanese focus one, this wouldn't be anywhere near the top, in my personal opinion. Again, with the grade I gave it, it's going to sit right somewhere in the middle. Yeah. And then, of course, they announced the black and white set coming out, which I'm not too overly hyped about that. The games were great, but it's a gen that, again, I think is just too overhyped. But for them to do a whole set on that, it's kind of crazy. But again, it's feeding into nostalgia for some people, and I do get that. It's a marketing ploy. But, yeah. That's going to be some of the next Japanese sets we get. It's going to be a black and white set. And then they're going to do like jumbo packs like the Chinese side of the house has been doing. And the reason why they're doing that is because it's been successful. But they're going to do jumbo packs where you can, it's going to guarantee like an AR at least in every single one, which is kind of insane. But yeah, be interested to see how that set goes as we get closer to it. But again, I mean, I feel like people are struggling to keep up with even the English sets right now. And then, you know, they pump out 2 to 3 Japanese sets that feed into an English set. So, yeah, it's one of those things, like I mention all the time, guys, right? Like, collect what you want, collect how you want, but be smart about it, right? Don't put yourself in a compromising situation where you're buying all this stuff to keep up with some kind of content creator that doesn't know you or doesn't care about you. You know, doesn't pay your bills. That's the biggest thing, right? I'd hate to see someone be like, oh, you know, I have a whole set complete because of this guy. And, you know, I follow their content and stuff, and they encourage me to buy all this stuff, and now I can't pay my bills or I can't eat. Like, just be smart, right? It's just one of those things where you see it happen all the time. And it's just because people don't have self-control or they don't know how to prioritize certain things. Exactly, right? Don't go overboard, right? And I know people say about me, like, oh, you got to have a whole bunch of money. It's like, no, I feel like I'm just smart about it. Now, granted, there was definitely times where I was buying all kinds of stuff and opening up stuff. But if you look back, a lot of that stuff, I put so much off to the side because I was planning ahead. Even from when I did some of the celebration openings, right? Like, all those booster boxes and stuff, it was stuff I was either sitting on or I had ordered and kind of put off to the side and held. But yeah, again, it's just about being smart, and yeah, that's kind of the best way to put it. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, guys, because I have this stack here and I have this little bit of bulk, I'm probably just going to sort the rest of this. I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to put stuff in the binder. If anything, I'll do maybe a YouTube short later, or I'll do it sometime tomorrow, kind of recapping my whole experience with this set. But yeah, back's starting to hurt a little bit, and I'm losing my voice here. So again, I'll hang out and chit chat until I get all this sorted, and then I'm gonna hop off from there. Gonna get something to eat, put everything in the binder, and see how we're looking. Again, I do appreciate everyone that came through and people that are just hanging out after the fact. And there's still a few of you here, so truly appreciate it. This month is going to be a very busy month, but I'm looking forward to the end of the month. And my boy Alex from /frag knows why. It's going to be it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun trip. I'm looking forward to it. And then obviously, you know, your trip, I know you're super excited about it, and I know you're going to have a blast. So I hope you have a whole bunch of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing all the pictures and stuff when you guys get back and all the crazy stuff you guys picked up for sure. Thanks, Wabbit. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right. I feel like this Squawkabilly has those, like a lot of the kids' hairs now, where it's that giant poof on the top. I mean, we had some weird hairstyles when I was a kid, but a lot of it was just like people bleaching their hair, or, you know, just weird random stuff. I had different hair colors and stuff. Really like this Ampharos, and there's the whole evolution line right there. That's kind of sick. I like the Kangaskhan there. Looks like they pulled it right from the show. I was like looking at cards like this. How is that a fighting type? So he just Mr. Potato Head, just no arms. Maybe uses his little guys around him to fight. Just how my brain works. Right, like just sometimes you look at it and you're like, this just doesn't make any damn sense. Alex, did you watch the new Devil May Cry anime they put out? I think it's on Netflix. Gotcha. I haven't heard anything about it yet. That's why I was just curious. I think they, the only thing I heard was I think they got locked in for season 2 already. So, I mean, it had to have been somewhat successful. But, yeah. Gotcha. All right. Almost done. Got this little stack here. Just almost equal stack here. Yeah, I'll probably, once I'm done eating, I'll probably hop in Discord and just chat on there for a little bit. And then as I go through and sort all this stuff still and put it into the binder. Gotcha. Sounds good. How'd all the how the soccer games go? Oh, I bet, dude, for sure. My little brother played soccer from when he was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 till, you know, deep into high school. So yeah, we did all these trips and traveling tours and stuff like that all the time. So yeah, it's good. I think the one really cool thing was my brother went to a tournament one time. It was at the Wide World of Sports in Disney, and it was an international tournament. So they had people from like Japan, some European countries and stuff like that. So that was pretty sick. I feel like they got towards the end, maybe in the top couple places, but that was so long ago. Yeah, a prime example of why this card should have been Dark Golbat instead of Rocket's Golbat. Like, that looks pretty menacing for sure. But even like these, right? Like they're all just, I don't know. That one actually looks pretty cool. I like that coughing. That should have been Dark Arbok for sure. All right, electric, water, water, water. All right, last stack. So many duplicates, but it's not as bad as the English side, where you open up a booster box and you just have like a ridiculous amount of bulk. At least on the Japanese side, you get a good chance to get fairly close to completing a set, and then yeah, you're inevitably gonna open. You know, you're gonna have bulk. All right. Man, the music ran out. Let me reset this real quick. Even though I'm almost done. All right, so there's everything sorted out. Let me just move all this down a little bit. Slide these down. All right, all the hollows here. You can kind of see it. Sure, that works. All the EXs. The art rares, which again, overly disappointed in, but there were some gems in there. And of course, the big hits there, I'm just going to put in the middle. Again, I appreciate everyone coming through and hanging out, even for me sorting all this bulk and stuff. But yeah, that was Glory to Team Rocket. Again, probably have another stream going on Friday, potentially Sunday as well. It's going to be a busy month, so I'll pop in where I can, but that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm WakoBako. Take it easy. See you, dude.